welcome you, the listener, to today's deep dive. Learning a new language, it often feels, like memorizing the physics of riding a bike.
Oh, yeah. Like you can ace the written test. You know how the pedals and the gears work.
Right, exactly. But then the second you try to balance on the actual pavement, you just freeze.
Oh, absolutely. It's a complete conversational paralysis.
And so today, we're unpacking a really practical 8-step source guide on how to actually cross that bridge. Our mission here is to pull out simple, everyday strategies so you can overcome that nervousness of speaking a new language.
Yeah, because it's not about grinding through more grammar drills,
No, not at all. It's about rewiring that mental friction that causes us to panic.
Right, and that panic usually stems from cognitive overload. Like before we even open our mouths, we have to change what is happening inside our heads. When you try to translate a thought from your native tongue into English in real time, your brain is essentially running two complex operating systems at once.
Which is just exhausting.
Totally exhausting. So the source emphasizes daily practice, just like 15 or 20 minutes a day. Crucially, it advises to stop translating and start actually thinking in English.
Okay, so like when you wake up intentionally thinking to yourself, I need to brush my teeth.
Exactly.
I mean, let's be real, even trying to think that feels a bit clunky at first. The temptation is always to just grab individual vocabulary words and, I don't know, glue them together on the fly.
And that is exactly where the friction multiplies. If you're hunting for individual words, you're constantly fighting against grammar and syntax rules. So the guide says learners should memorize useful, complete phrases instead.
Oh, like, could you help me, please?
Right. Doing that helps you sound way more natural.
It's basically like buying pre-assembled furniture versus a giant pile of loose lumber.
Oh, that's a great way to put it, yeah.
Like if you just memorize single words, you're standing there holding a bunch of planks and screws, desperately trying to build a chair while someone is just staring at you waiting for an answer.
Yeah, doing mental carpentry mid-sentence.
Right. But having a complete functional phrase gives you the fully built chair right out of the box.
It's the perfect visual. You bypass the heavy lifting entirely. But, once your brain is primed internally with those phrases, you still have to build an external feedback loop to test them in the real world.
Right, so how do we bridge that gap? Because having a mental warehouse of pre-assembled phrases doesn't solve the terror of another human being actually speaking back to you.
Well, you have to train your vocal tract, not just your memory. That's where a technique called shadowing comes in.
Shadowing. Wait, what's that?
It's where you listen to native speakers, like on podcasts, movies, or audiobooks, and repeat exactly what you hear out loud.
Oh, so matching the cadence and intonation.
Precisely. The material also recommends reading aloud for 10 minutes a day for the exact same reason.
So it's less about learning new vocabulary and more about building, like, physical muscle memory in your mouth and jaw.
Yes, exactly. You're training the physical mechanism of speech so your mouth already knows the choreography. And to improve quickly, you must speak with others and use your phone to record yourself to track progress.
Okay, I get the solo practice part, but the framework heavily pushes recording yourself speaking, which, I mean, I don't know, I hate hearing my own voice on a normal day.
Most people do, yeah.
It feels like a form of self-torture just to document everything I'm doing wrong. Is leaning into that level of cringe genuinely necessary?
It is intensely uncomfortable, yes. But without it, you're flying blind. You aren't recording to critique your vocal tone. You're doing it to close the gap between perception and reality.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, identifying these errors is exactly how you map your progress. Most importantly, focus on communication rather than perfection. Listening back turns your mistakes from vague, paralyzing anxieties into concrete data points.
Okay, so it's taking the emotion out of the error. Like instead of I sound terrible, it becomes, oh, I dropped the plurals on that word.
Exactly. Mistakes are an essential part of learning. You can't calibrate your progress if you refuse to look at the telemetry.
Which means we have to stop treating a conversation like a performance and start treating it like a feedback loop. Mastering this is really a game of consistent daily practice and having the patience to sound a little foolish while you learn.
And honestly, these habits, daily micro-practice, shadowing, and embracing mistakes, they're the exact tools you need to tackle any intimidating new skill.
It really makes you think about the power of our internal narrative. We started by noting that deliberately shifting your morning thoughts into English helps your brain become comfortable and eliminates that fear.
It completely rewires your baseline.
Right. So it leaves you wondering if simply translating your inner monologue can completely dismantle conversational paralysis, what other deep-seated mental barriers could you break just by changing the language of your everyday thoughts?